What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916, and you tune in to another edition of my vlog. Want to say thank you for subscribing. Thanks for supporting the YouTube channel. Make sure you share it, and also subscribe to my Patreon. Over there, I can put up videos that I can't really put over here, and be a little bit more, uncensored. But make sure you guys hit the link in the description and support my Patreon. I just want to say, to all you guys out there who try to be as positive as you can, and sometimes feel the pressures of trying to fit in, whether it's doing drugs, whether it's drinking, whether it's participating in things that you shouldn't participate in. Man, it's all right to walk away. It's all right to be that guy that doesn't join in the fun, or that woman who decides to say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go home. I'm not really cool with this. It's all right to be that person. You don't have to feel alienated. You don't have to feel like you're a square. There's nothing wrong with being your own person. A lot of times we do things or we participate in things, and at the end of the day, you realize that's not really you. You don't know why you got shit-faced and then woke up and now you got a hangover, or why you're hanging over the toilet throwing up, or the next morning you're butt naked. You don't know how you got there, and you thought that the last thing you remember was partying with some people and that's it. I mean, dude, that's not a good look, and people you think that are close to you, to your friends, or you never know what a person's intentions are, because some people, and it might not be them, it might be some of their friends, that might want to take advantage of you. And this goes out, especially a lot of you females out there. You got to be careful, man. There's a lot of predators out there. There's a lot of people who will take advantage of you. And alcohol, when that's involved, all inhibitions go out the window. You got people that know that they're not maybe totally drunk, but it's enough for them to justify doing some of the things they're doing, and then the next day say, oh, what'd I do? You know what you did, because you were half conscious when you did it, but the alcohol kind of gave you that little extra kick, and now you were able to kind of be this little wild person, and now you're trying to ask, like, what did I do? Well, to begin with, don't let yourself get put in that position, and then you won't have to ask what I did. And it's the same thing when you're popping pills and you're doing all these Vannies and Norcos, or whatever you're doing, the Oxys, whatever you're doing, and you're thinking, oh man, this is cool. And then, like I said, you done lost 2-3 days, up for 2-3 days, and then sleeping for 2-3 days, and not being able to focus, and just feeling depressed afterwards, and having all these other things going on. I mean, dude, there's other ways that you can channel your energy. There's other things that you can do, and it doesn't make you weak because you don't want to do drugs or drink. It doesn't make you weak. It actually makes you strong. And people say, well, you only do it sometime just to recreational, or just to fit in. Well, if somebody is really your friend, they'll let you fit in being you, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get high with them to fit in. It shouldn't have to mean that they pop 2 pills, they want you to pop 2 pills with them, or you got to drink this to be cool. If you could film yourself, a lot of times you'd be like, who is this jackass? Why was I doing that? Damn, was I jumping on the table like that? Was I shaking my ass? Or man, was I naked running through the house? Or whatever the case you were doing. I mean, you'll be like, wow, it is, and it's quite pathetic when you really look at it, because you're taking yourself outside yourself and being manipulated by whatever you're doing, and that's not really you. But like I said, I'm not here to preach to you guys. I'm not here to say I'm a saint. Everybody has their own little vices, and we're constantly dealing with them to try to find some type of happy medium. But the main thing is, as long as whatever you're doing, you don't want to harm yourself. You don't want to take away from your chi. It's it's a, I guess a human. Not, I don't say human, but it's a social experience when you go out and have a little wine or champagne, whatever. And you know, it's all within reason. But it's when you're using that to mask other things, or using that to manipulate other people, or you're using those things to, you know, not deal with reality when it becomes really dark. And you know, I don't want to see any of you guys in those dark places. And I've seen family members in dark places. I've seen people who have never came back, people who think they're back and they're not the same person that I knew they were before. And so that's what's always scared me about drugs, you know. And then afterwards, so many people don't even remember what they did, or that they even participated in that. So I don't know, you know. I just like want to, you know, I like to see everybody win, and the more I can share and bring light to a lot of these things, because I get a lot of young people who are in pretty dark places, pretty depressed, not very social. You know, they mask a lot of it with drugs and alcohol, and they hide from the reality. And at the end of the day, you got to have a positive human experience. And drugs and alcohol, if that's the only way you can have what you consider a positive experience, then it's not very positive. It's actually very negative. You know, I always said, you know, I get high off life. You know, working out, having good conversation, driving my cars, you know, painting, you know, going out to the beach, hanging out with the wife, meeting new people. That gives me a rush. You know, good conversation gives me a rush. A great movie, a fast drive, it gives me a rush, you know. And that's how I get high. That gets my endorphins going. So try to find something that's natural that'll get you that same rush, man, because those other rushes, man, you know, they can have grave consequences, man. And I would hate to see any of you guys have to, you know, go through that and look back and think like, man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Big Herc 916.